Hey Mark,
Hi Vijay.
why do you look like a big idiot? And
Well,
what are you doing here?
I'll tell you what I'm doing here, Vijay.
Yeah.
We're seizing upon this opportunity to get our Expedition 10C, who are in the UK now, prepared for expedition, and we want to show them a little bit about what an Indian building site is like, so they know what to expect when they get here. So
Cool.
Behind me, you can see a building site in operation, and what I'm wearing is not big idiot gear, but this is UK health and safety gear. Alright, so I'm wearing my helmet in case a brick falls on my head. I've got my goggles on so I don't get cement in my eye. I'm blinded. I'm wearing gloves so I don't get cement burns. And I've got my work boots on so my toes don't get broken if a brick falls on my foot. The first thing I think you might notice, if you look behind me, in India they don't use health and safety gear.
Yeah. Okay, before we go on to the building site, can you tell us about the tools and equipment being used?
Yeah, sure. Okay, let me take you over here up to where they're doing cement mixing, and I'll introduce you to some of the tools. Okay, so this is the first tool. Now Vijay, we would call this a trowel in England, but what do you call it here in Canada?
Karne.
Carne. So this is what the masons use when they're building walls, and they call them carnes. So you need to know that word, don't you?
Yep.
Okay, the other word you need to know, this here, we call it sand. What do you call it in Canada?
Marl.
Marl. Okay, so this is sand. The other tool we've got here, in here is a bag of cement. What do you call that in Canada?
Cement.
Cementa.
Cement.
Easy to remember. Then what we've got this fantastic device. Okay, this is not a spade, but what do you call this?
Mumties.
This is a mamti, and this is what they use in India for digging and mixing cement with. And then here, this is like a water container. What would you call this?
Bindige.
Bindige. Okay. Now there's one more thing I need to show you. It's on her head. Okay, so this lady over here, she's walking back with a tray. Okay, and she's been carrying the cement in the tray. Now that tray is called a bandale.
Yeah, bandli.
A bandale. So there's a bandale. Okay, so that's all the tools. Now what shall I do, Vijay?
Okay, who is working on the site?
Alright, let me tell you who's on the site then. So behind me, you can see there's a building site going on, and there's two masons working on the building site, and there's also two ladies who are doing the labour. So the masons, they're the skilled labourers, and they're the ones expert in laying bricks and making sure the walls don't fall down. And then the ladies are unskilled labourers earning a daily wage, and they're doing the jobs that the masons don't want to do, in mixing the cement, carrying the cement over to the building site, and then bringing water and all the other equipment for the masons.
Okay, so can you introduce them?
Yeah, okay, so I'm going to try now and speak to the masons here. I'm going to use my best Canada and try and introduce myself to the masons. So I'm going to start off being very polite. Excuse me, sir. Hello? Nimma Hesarenu. Nimma Hesarenu. Bidapa. And Nimma Hesarenu. Siparana. So this is Bidapa and Sivarana. Okay? Hello, sir. So say hello. Now, how about if I try and have a go at bricklaying?
Yep.
This is something you want to try and do on project site, but it's really difficult, and you probably won't get to do it unless you're very good at getting in and friendly with the masons. So, Bidapa, can I have a go and lay one brick on here? Okay. Now, I bet you I don't get this one. Okay. So this one's called? This one? What was this?
Another ಏನದು? Karne.
This is the carne, and this is brick.
Kannada itge.
3 routines.
Itige.
Uttige.
Kannada.
Okay. So which one? This way? Like this. Okay, so I'm going to try and make it level, and then put that in there. Okay? How was that? Easy as that. Shall I do one more? In one do. Okay. Like this? Huh? Not here. Okay, there you go. Now. That's there. Okay, now what I'm going to do is give this back to Biddefer. He's probably now, if you watch, he's probably going to move those bricks because they're not in the right place for the joint. Okay, and that's how hard it is to get it right. Okay, let's go and see some cement mixing, shall we? So it makes it look like it's really easy work. I can tell you it's not. And this wall they've only been building for about 3 hours today, so it's gone up really quickly. They're not wasting any time. The ladies are bringing all of the materials they need and the masons are just laying bricks as quick as they can. Okay, so we're going to go and see some cement mixing now. Okay, so one of the big calls you'll get on the building site is the masons will shout for gare, 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 gare. And this lady here has mixed the cement and she's using the manti to mix it over with the sand and the water, loading it into the bandelay, 3 or 4 spadefuls, and then she's going to put it on her head, carry it over to the mason. Nima Hesareno? Shiaman. So this is Shiaman. There we go. Looks easy. That's about 6 kilograms of cement on her head there.
Bye.